The atmosphere looks incredibly flat.
Astronauts are really, really good at making pictures in space that look like you've never left the planet.
Stuff in space.
When you're there and you're looking out of a window and your thoughts stray sort of elsewhere, so slightly more philosophical things about who we are and what our place in the world and all that stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. When you look out at the Earth, especially when you're in space for long periods of time, there's a couple of things that I think about. One is the atmosphere looks incredibly flat, fragile, almost like a contact lens over an eyeball.
On board the space station, we grew some stuff in space. On board the space station, we grew some stuff in space. We grew some lettuce, and after that, we grew something a little bit more complex, which some stuff in space. We can grow a tomato, and eventually going to Mars, we said, punch it, Chewie. It wasn't in here. I'd say, punch it, R2-D2. Well, Jason, I have answers. On the space station, we have a few ways of making oxygen. One is we use a process called electrolysis. So we take water. If this was a water molecule, we would have one big hydrogen, two smaller O2 modules, or I'm sorry, I messed that up. This is the O, and these are the H's. The two little ones are the H's. So electrolysis will separate the two H's from the O, and with another O, we can create O2. Two oxygen molecules, like this. Oxygen, which we then breathe, of course. The Earth every 90 minutes, so we have a sunrise and a sunset, either or every 45 minutes, generally speaking. It was Germany, Moscow, and in a place called Tsukuba, Japan. You know, we need a standard of time, of course, so we operate on Greenwich time. And to the folks in Moscow using the Metro, which is not open 24 hours a day, so that's why we use Greenwich time, because of the subway schedule in Russia. Right. Is suspended animation a viable option for space travel, say to planets like Mars or further? Well, I think when we go to Mars, the way we're going to get there is going to probably take around 200 days to get there. You'll spend a year on the surface, and it'll take around 200 days to get back. Now, years to get there, and many, many years to get back. If you could develop a technology like suspended animation, that would be really, really good. You know, science fiction and science fact, but you never know. You know, science fiction and science fact, but you never know. Mental issues, I don't know, I'd probably deny it if I did. You know,
it is photoshopped, but it has to be.
Science fiction and science fact, but you never know. The gases that are in solution in our blood, they come out of solution and turn back into a gas. Kind of like when you open a carbonated bottle of soda. The pressure is decreased, and that's why you see all the bubbles coming out. Well, that's exactly what would happen with our blood. You know, science fiction and science fact, but you never know. Like other shit floats around. You know, science fiction and science fact, but you never know. Or, nah, everything floats, including your guts. Like other shit floats around, floats inside us, and that's why you see at times astronauts in space have really big, you know, their heads are swollen initially because all the fluid is redistributed throughout our bodies, and you get this big-headed astronaut. Like other shit floats around, and you go back to maybe almost looking like normal. Like other shit floats around. Next question. Like other shit floats around. With rodents, where we dissected them, and we appreciated them giving their lives to us for science. And that science was involved in understanding the physical effects that occur when we're in space, like bone loss, effects on our vision, which we have some negative effects we're trying to study. Yeah, that was challenging, I would say fascinating, sort of exciting, because it's very meticulous work that takes a really long time. And it's important to us on Earth, understanding processes that occur in space at a very rapid rate. Like other shit floats around space when you're back on Earth. Maybe someday I'll get to go again. Maybe with you, Lenny. Like other shit floats around. Questions? Bye-bye.
For people that think the Earth is flat, for people that think the Earth is flat, for people that think the Earth is flat, as if it was flat, wouldn't the Edge be a really popular vacation spot? For people that think the Earth is flat, I know I would want to look over that edge. That's all I have to say about that.
That's all I have to say about that.
It is photoshopped. It is photoshopped, but it has to be. It has to be.
for people that think the Earth is flat.
For long periods of time, there's a couple. The atmosphere looks incredibly flat, fragile. Incredibly flat, incredibly flat, incredibly flat, incredibly flat, incredibly flat, incredibly flat.
Yeah. Hi, I'm NASA astronaut Rick Mastracchio. Hi, crew is on their way to the moon, and there is an emergency where the vehicle begins losing cabin pressure. Hi, I'm NASA astronaut Rick Mastracchio. Hi, 6 days. This will buy the crew enough time to return safely to Earth, ultimately saving their lives. However, there is another problem with being confined in a spacesuit for 6 days. Hi, I can tell you that spaceflight is not always glamorous, and people need to go to the bathroom even in a spacecraft. How is this waste treated such that it does not harm the astronaut or even kill them? Given enough time, infection and even sepsis can set in. This is the problem we are asking you to help us with. Hi, here on Earth. Hi. So your ideas may not only save a crew of astronauts, but many people here on Earth. The team is excited to review your submissions, visit the challenge page, and submit your designs. Good luck and thanks.
So, we just use a watch that we can go to Mars someday, and the space station is a great place to learn that. It's a world-class laboratory, and we need to take advantage of it while we have it. Well, that would certainly have to be my brother.
Hi.
He'd probably, if you lived here for forever.
Hi.
And it's a great piece of equipment. You should be very proud for providing that to NASA. From the United Kingdom, Tim Peake.
Hi.
Atmosphere looks incredibly flat.
That'd be nice, but unfortunately, that's against the rules.
Hi.
Thanks for letting me join your show today. Stuff and
are really, really good.